Hi guys, Andy Guitar here again, and in this lesson I'm talking you through my recommended songs for level 2 of my free beginners course, available here on YouTube, but also kind of organised in a really nice way with lots of free lesson plans and write-ups available for you on my website at andyguitar.co.uk, which I think will be there, or click the link in the description below. So in this lesson we're talking you through my recommended songs, and there's going to be around, you want 3 or 4 per level of my beginner's course in general, but if you choose a certain 3, they might be much more difficult than we might expect from you at this level. If you've only been playing guitar for maybe, a month or so, even a couple of weeks, you could be at this level, okay? So we want to make sure that you're only taking on what we expect, and this is me telling you what I'd expect of you to make the transition between each of the levels nice and easy. So my first recommended song is Lean on Me by Bill Withers. It's song number 1, and it is the best explanation or demonstration of the songbook style, which is where we don't rely on bars and beats. When you've seen bar lines written on a lot of my chord, or most of my chord sheets, you might not see those bar lines when you search for a song on Ultimate Guitar or wherever else, or in basic songbooks, and you might not see any bar lines, but you'll see the chords with the words. That's the songbook style, where you're expected to know to strum on a certain word, and even expected to know how to keep your strumming pattern going and then change chord on that certain word. Not easy for beginners. So Lean on Me, we're only expecting you to strum once on that certain word. Just for as a quick example, lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on. Okay? Just strumming on a certain word. For example, carry on was the E and the D. We're not keeping time. And for a lot of people, this is the first time that they're strumming a song from my beginner's course, and they're not counting. You're not strumming on the beat all the time, okay? So it frees up your mind, and for a lot of people, it's absolute bliss to finally play the thing without counting, So that's my first song. As I say, most songs are going to end up being written like that you take on in the future. So it preps you for that nice and easy. Definitely Lean on Me by Bill Withers. My second recommended song for level 2 of my beginner's course is Chasing Cars by Snow Patrol. It's one of the songs that is quite simple to do, but it does use E, A and D in the same song with a nice strumming pattern, and you're on each chord for 2 bars, so we're going to be using 8ths all down strumming for this one, and we're kind of getting this sound. And it's a nice step along. It's a nice step along from the recommended chord sequences that you'll have seen in a previous lesson. So as a quick example, if I lay here, if I just lay here. This is how that one goes. Would you lie with me and just forget the world? Quite a famous song, but not everyone's heard it. Recommend you have a listen to it and learn how to play it. The next recommended song is actually one of 2 riffs. I like from this level to make sure you learn at least 1 riff type song per level. And the reason we want to go for riffs is they're short, recognizable and fun to play. This is like guitar shop stuff basically. So if you play this in a guitar shop, it might sound very nice guitar, but no one's going to say that's Chasing Cars or that's another song, okay? It's just not that recognizable. Where if you go into a shop and play, that is obviously Wild Thing by the Troggs, which we can play with these 3 easy chords that you've learnt at this level. Yes, it's going to introduce new things. It's going to introduce some muting. And it's going to introduce playing a little bit more strumming than you might do if you just used to playing on the beat all the time. Good. It breaks you out of those sort of things that you can kind of get stuck in. If every song you're counting all the time, as I say, it's not that fun an experience maybe for you. It just kind of gives you a bit of a headache, you know. So we're just learning to make things sound like the record. So we have Wild Thing by the Troggs, or Can't Explain by The Who. I Can't Explain, one of my favourites in the whole beginner's course. So easy, and especially if you want to, well, not easy, but so simple. I should mention that, you know, there's I make a lot of these things look really easy when I'm demonstrating them. I'm doing them quickly to demonstrate them for you guys, but I really do appreciate that a lot of these things are not easy in the early days, but when you can do them, they stick with you. And certainly something like this is something that I would happily try out. You know, I'd try out a new amplifier on a new guitar. I'd play this riff for fun and to make it sound good. And if you've been playing guitar for around a month and you can play this riff too, then, you know, you have the benefit of my 20 years of experience to say, that's fun. That's what I'd play. You know, it's pretty cool. So one riff per level. Please keep that in mind. You can do both of them if you want, but you don't have to. You can just pick one. I'd really recommend one of those. Even if you're not into rock music or you don't have an electric guitar. They'll sound great on electric guitar, but try them as well. And my final recommendation at this level as well is one of the two 12-bar blues lessons that we have, or 12-bar blues songs, which are Johnny B. Goode by Chuck Berry or Hound Dog by Elvis. So we've got Chuck Berry and Elvis Presley here, two, you know, you don't really get bigger, more influential, more well-loved artists than those two. You know, they're right up there. Both songs use almost the same chord sequence, and it only really changes where you put the capo on your guitar. Both of those, you know, you might think, Johnny B. Goode, how can I go for that just yet? It is going to be a slightly easier version where we're doing kind of this style. We're using the power chords that we've learned earlier in this beginner's course, but you can play along to the songs with those three easy chords, and it's going to sound very close to what they're doing. It's not going to sound exactly the same. We're not doing the blues riff just yet. That's going to come a little later, but you need to do these basic chords and basic skills along to the record, and that for me was the most fun I had when I was first learning guitar, and kind of still is something I do to this day. You know, if I'm playing a song, stick on the record and play along to it. And it just teaches you all the right things, like how to jam with other people, how to keep time really well, how to not stop after doing your chord sequence like for 10 seconds or so. You know, some people go, there you go, there's a bar of A and a bar of D, I'm done, what next? No, you got to keep doing that. The song's going to last for 3 minutes. So you've got to practice playing for 3 minutes. And for a lot of people, that's really new. You learn that skill by playing along to the record. It's the absolute best thing. So just to recap between those, we got any one of 4 songs. The first 2 are pretty, I definitely recommend these. Like if you're a beginner, you've followed my course from the beginning, and you're not doing Lean on Me on Chasing Cars, you need to. Lean on Me by Bill Withers and Chasing Cars. And then you've got a choice of any riff from this level, and the 2 that we have are I Can't Explain by The Who, or Wild Thing, or both. I really recommend those. Gotta love the easy rock riffs. And finally, a 12-bar blues at this level, no matter if you want to play blues or rock guitar, would be really handy, and that's Hound Dog by Elvis Presley or Johnny B. Goode. You know, I'm making you play an Elvis and a Chuck Berry song. There's worse ways to be spending your time, okay? That's it for this lesson. So have a look at those songs that you want to play, and then check back for my next video in this playlist, which is my recommended practice routine for level 2, including how long you should be playing, where you should start, and what you should kind of be spending your time doing to make your valuable practice time as productive as possible. We'll see you then. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and thank you very much for watching. We'll see you soon. Bye for now.